Middle School. Earlier this week, the LeBron James Family Foundation and the Akron school system opened the I Promise School to give Akron kids an opportunity that he didn't have.
I got to tell you, I walked through. I am impressed. Everybody's impressed. This is a great thing you're doing. What do you want to happen? What do you want this to go from here?
What I want to happen, every kid that walked through those doors, every kid, from the 240 kids that we're starting with right now, 3rd or 4th grade, to to 2022, where we're going to have 1st through 8th grade. Yeah. We want every kid that walk through this school to be inspired, to come away with something, something where they can give back. And it doesn't matter. It could be anything, but it's, for kids in general, all they want to know is that someone cares. Yeah. And when they walk through that door, I hope they know that someone cares.
There's been something has changed in you over the last year or two. Is it what's going on in the country racially? Is it politically?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think it starts with the Trayvon Martin situation. And the reason it starts with that, I believe, is because having kids of my own, having boys of my own, it hit home for me to see and to learn the story and to think that if my boy left home and he never returned,
right?
That kind of hit a switch. That kind of hit a switch for me. And from that point on, I knew that my voice and my platform had to be used for more than just sport. I actually did an interview with one of my 3rd graders that's in Teen Vogue, and one of the questions was, when you were a kid growing up in Akron, Ohio, and so many things were happening, gun violence and drugs and things were going on, and I come from a single-parent household as well. What stopped you from going the other way? And I look out in the crowd and I see a lot of my childhood friends. They're the reason that kind of stopped me from going the other way. Having kids around my same age and we having the same goals as mine really stopped me from going the other way. And that's what we want to create here at this school. School is definitely about learning, about strengthening your mind, but more importantly, it's about the friendship that you can create every single day. Being around the same kids, and y'all get to learn each other, and y'all get to be with one another every single day, because I feel like that it just builds so much. It builds so much character that will last forever. These kids are our future, and they have dreams that's bigger and greater than the city of Akron, than the state of Ohio, than the United States of America. So in closing, thank you so much. I love you too, man. I really do. I really do. And no matter if I'm playing in Los Angeles or not, Akron, Ohio is always home for me. Always. So, Mom, I think it's time to raise the I Promise flag. It's on you, Mother.
That's major right there. Of course, LeBron James not the first to give back academically. Our own Steve Smith has done a number of good things. David Robinson, Jalen Rose have also had academies. But this right here is very significant. This could be arguably LeBron's biggest achievement off the court. What are your thoughts?
It really is, Ro, because like LeBron stated, and like we all know his story so well, coming straight out of high school and the single parent and seeing his mom there being a part of this movement and keeping his word. If you go back to his rookie year, he said he wanted to give back to his community, he wanted to change Akron the best he could, and the best he could do that was being hands-on. And a lot of today's superstars, they try to be hands-on and try to figure out a way, how can I make my impact be real? So now this school is there. It's not moving for years to come, and I'm sure there will be other schools that come down the road. So for a guy like LeBron, who's being pulled in so many different ways, so he's still putting in his work on the court, still being a great father to his kids, still being a great husband to his wife, but at the end of the day, never forgetting his community, never forgetting where he's coming from, and giving back to them and empowering them, so it's huge.
And this is also awesome because it sets a trend. Like you said, there will probably be a number of other schools to follow up because LeBron clearly, whether it's been on the court or off the court, he's been the one to set the trends in the current NBA setting.
And for him to understand that it's one thing to call you the king, but to live up to that moniker day in and day out, and as each year goes by in your career, you're figuring out different ways to continue to give back to empower moms along with the kids.
Yes,
that's pretty important. You gotta understand that
huge.
it's one thing to talk to the kids, but I say it all the time too. We have to empower those single moms, those single dads, so they understand we care about them as well, because you have to make sure you continue to speak that message that we're bringing in when we leave.
Awesome. I mean, free tuition, uniforms, bicycles, and helmet, transportation within 2 miles, breakfast, lunch. I give a big salute to King James for everything he's doing with the I Promise School. And it's also this big when you get a tweet from the former First Lady.
Awesome right there. Come on, man. LeBron, just keep doing what you're doing. When we see each other, it's like, man, I don't know how you stay so focused, because so much is coming at you. So for all you LeBron James haters on the court, I hope you can understand off the court and respect what he's doing for the future.
No question about it. Props due. Well, there's a streak on the line in the WNBA. That is Miss Della Don making things happen. Are these going to be some dreams, or will it be nightmares? More game time coming up.
I never won on this court before. We're going to press in the All-Star game. We're pressing.
She's been waiting for this her whole life.
I'm going to need like a little heavy 3 point, all right? Second half. Put her in. Feed her. MVP.
Guys, all threes from now on.
Free ball. We have understanding. There's no elbows. Yeah, but there's no elbows. Because I'm like, Liz. She's like, I didn't mean that. Come on, y'all. Good run, Angel. I wanted that backboard. Let me have a win on this call for once. Come on. Come on, point guard.
Stuffing up my shoes, Jewel. It's good. Hit that. Back in this game.
This is a good group.
Take a timeout, Sandy. Back in the game. Guys, we got ourselves a game.
Yeah, we're really big right now. Yeah. So I got point guard. Run the play. That looked good. Let me see. Come on.
She's gonna dunk it.
Liz Cambage getting it done. We'll see you on the next highlight. Early on, though, it is all about the Washington Mystics and Atlanta Dream. Della Don giving you 20 points per game. So far, the Dream have not lost to the Mystics. Early on, DZ, what she hit you with?
Oh, she was between the legs of the headsy and to the rim.
Very nicely done. But back to the Dream. Kotri, 12 points in the quarter, getting to the rack efficiently.
Welcome back, Angel. Welcome back.
But more, Della Don. Oh, that's too easy.
Oh, nice seal. I hear a tweet.
15 points at the half of Della Don. Washington up by halftime by 7. Second half, more of Della Don. Gets the seal, and that is reverse.
Oh, a little reverse layup, a little patience.
Very patient right there. Washington in control. The Dream trying to stick around. Tiffany Hayes, second on the team in scoring.
Oh, okay. Well, get fancy, why don't you?
Very fancy. 18 points in the game. She's all the way up. Monique Billings. Wide open.
Little draw and kick for the knockdown J.
Atlanta trying to stay in the game, down by 4 at that point, but it was too much Washington, including Della Don, 28.16 rebounds.
Well, it's the reason she's an all-star.
Oh, yeah, she's pretty good. It looks like the Dream is over. The Dream is over. The winning streak comes to the end as the Mystics get the victory on the road. Now, we saw Cambage in the All-Star game getting the dunk. Now she is rewarded with a jersey. That is for her 53-point game. That's impressive, isn't it?
It's very impressive.
Vandersloot getting it done early. All Chicago Sky. Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker.
Oh, share the wealth on the break, why don't you?
Now, we saw how hot Allie Quigley was this past weekend.
Right.
That heat
Ooh,
streak.
leave it. Splash. Are you kidding me?
22 points in the game. She's still hot. Chicago up at halftime, but Dallas comes out smoking in the second half. Cambage.
Oh, nice second effort for the finish.
Now, the Wings trail for most of the game, but they would put on a comeback. Cambage getting it done with bully ball. Off the miss. Skylar Diggins-Smith.
Okay with the righty. You're lefty with the righty.
Still getting it done. Lefty-righty can do it either way. And then on the break,
Run the floor,
Reward the big 33 points, 13 rebounds. Dallas up by 1 in the fourth quarter. That's what you used to do.
Money ball with extra roll.
Thornton knocks down the 3. Dallas up by 4. Parker again, efficient in the painted area. Now, 13 seconds left. Wings up by 1 after a free throw. And what do they tell you to do? Box out?
Box out. Oh, don't give up the bunny.
Parker, 20 points in the game. Chicago now has the lead. Dallas down by 1. Diggins Smith off the inbounds.
Oh, great idea. There's too much on it.
Execution not necessarily there. The Sky get the victory against the Wings. Las Vegas, that's where Team USA was. We'll give you the update after we come back after the break. Don't miss it.
Dunk.
Yeah. You don't want to get crossed up. Why is that? Yeah.
It's way worse.
It's always been a goal of mine, a dream of mine to be able to participate in USA basketball. I'm excited about the opportunity. It's a blessing from God to just be able to be around such great players, the top players in the world, and just to put on USA shirt, USA jersey, and to potentially represent your countries. I'm happy to be here.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for all of you to be here. Some of us have a relationship that goes back a few years.
When you think back to the 2004 Olympics where we finished third in Athens, Greece, it was pretty apparent we had some work to do in terms of bringing back USA basketball. And this was an opportunity for us to really make a major change. We're 88-1 since that time, and it was all great, but it's also yesterday's news. Pop was the guy I wanted to replace Coach K when it was his time, and it's been a seamless transition.
Bikes up! Having Pop as a new coach brought a lot of energy into the building. Everybody's really excited to have him here. I know he's excited and also scared to, build the shoes in that, Coach K has left behind. I think all the guys that came here have really done a good job of, sacrificing these couple of days just to be here and be in the same gym as everybody.
Getting iced up.
Yeah, getting a ice bag over here. How you feeling?
Great. If you're good, I'm good.
If you're good, I'm great.
See those hands?
Woo. Great job, Carl!
There's been a fantastic success for the last 12 years, World Championships and Olympic Games. But it doesn't mean that it's going to continue to follow if we don't do the same thing. It's our job to keep it going. It's not going to just happen. We have to understand that. So we can't have complacency. We have to continue to respect our opponents. And that's what we've done for 12 years.
It gives you a feel as a kid when you learn from your coach. He's still teaching. He's still teaching us the fundamentals and what we need to, just daily reminders of what we need to do to be successful out there, small things. And, as pros, sometimes we forget about that. So it's good to kind of get back to the basics.
I dunked on one of y'all teammates with the left.
This is kind of the evolution of USA basketball, how it ultimately transcends naturally based upon the different personalities that we have over the few years that we're in FIBA play.
Thank you for taking your time. You need to go back to your teams. Good luck to everybody during the season. But understand, this is a level beyond our individual teams. When you guys get here next summer, that's what we're talking about.
Unbelievable experience, man. It's a blessing to be here. USA basketball, one of the most prestigious events. I'm glad to be part of it.
USA Basketball Vegas. Shout out to everybody who came out. Swag.
Of course, we got swag. USA basketball, the transition going from Coach K to now Pop. So we see Pop out there. He has a brand new player in DeMar DeRozan. Talk about this honeymoon period and things that maybe transpire between the two.
Well, I think the honeymoon period is going to get better and better. And the reason I say that, Ro, is once the emotions subside, you understand that this is still a business and what you gave to Toronto is never going to be forgotten. Now, as you turn the page, you get a chance to be around Pop every day, and he will figure out, your skill set to put into what we call the system. We know the Spurs shoot more three-pointers nowadays, but we know DeMar DeRozan is still the mid-range assassin. So I look for him to still play his game, but mixing a few threes. We saw this past year in Toronto, he shot the corner three more. I'm sure Pop will use that as well.
Somebody who we've seen go all over the place in the past year and a half, you know, Isaiah Thomas. We saw him, the run that he had in the postseason. 53 points one game, was mentioned in the MVP conversation. Thought he was going to have the Brinks truck back it up. Now all of a sudden the Brinks truck caught a flat tire and he's in Denver.
Yes, it did. And it's amazing because this guy was looking at $100 million in the MVP hunt just 2 years ago in the Eastern Conference Final. Yes, the injury comes along, and now signs a little over a $2 million contract with Denver, but still gets the invitation to be out there at USAB basketball, which I think is huge for his confidence to continue to play the NBA.
No doubt about it. Of course, he visited a lot of different teams, played for a lot of teams, the Lakers, Cavs, ended up now with Denver. It's going to be interesting to see if he'll have an opportunity to earn that big money again.
Well, I think the biggest thing for him now is being healthy. We know he can score the basketball. We know he's a good team leader. We know all the great things he did in Boston before he left. But if you're not 100%, how can you go out there and be that player we know you can be? So get healthy, go out there and play hard and see what you can help Denver get more victories. Definitely looking forward to seeing IT go out there and get those buckets next season. But someone who gets buckets during the season right now is Diana Taurasi. Now, the Phoenix Mercury, they've lost 6 of the last 7. What will possibly happen tonight in the desert?